Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. You know, there's an amendment in the US Constitution where it says something about due process. Remember that one? So that is basically a person should not be considered a criminal unless, goes through the process of finding whatever happened through courts. You have an attorney, defense attorney, you have an, how do you call it, a judge, obviously. You have a prosecuting attorney, defense attorney. So defense, prosecutor, judge, you got the evidence, you go through a process, due process. So we'll find out if happened, whatever happened, we're going to find out. Until the judge says, hey, this guy is a convict, is guilty of doing this, or a jury of your peer, okay? And then you can also come back and say, I appeal the court decision. You're still innocent. Now, we have this in the Constitution. I think it's logical and clear that once you're accused of something, you have the right to defend, and to face your freaking accuser. Always. I'm for that. I will tell you maybe a story at the end of this video in the investigations, how it works. Anyway, so we have this, but somehow, I don't know, in the past, maybe, as I am aware, maybe 10 years, something like this, 12, 20, 10 years, 15 years, these guys in the news, and not only in the news, because the news reports what other people say, they immediately call you a criminal if something happened today or yesterday. For instance, I have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 examples to show you in the past about 10 years where the Americans, the politicians, the media just gave you the information, false information, the fast information, without even being proven anything. They call that guy a criminal, they call that guy a criminal, without even proving it. So the media distorted reality. There was no court yet, and they already told us who is guilty and who should be in prison, and who's a criminal and who's not a criminal, who's the good boy and who's the bad boy. And we have here Navalny. This is the latest imbecility. What we know is that Navalny, the Alexei Navalny, I think Alexei is his name, 47, died in a penitentiary in Russia. So he was a convict and he died in a penitentiary. That's all. He was walking and then he fell down. That's what the Russian officials tell us. You don't know, I don't know, they don't know what happened. Nevertheless, this occurred today, Friday. And you already have, I would say, all the imbeciles coming out and saying Putin's fault, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, and many others, even imbecile Pence, that should be gone, I don't know, to see his God somewhere. All these guys already know it's Putin's fault. Zelensky, obviously, they already know. How do you know? You know. Well, it doesn't work. Due process. How about that one? So the fact is, they don't know. The media covers and don't push. The media don't push back, saying, "Wait a minute. Why do you call Putin a criminal when there was no court? Why is he's responsible? Why is he responsible? Are you responsible for, I don't know, let's say Epstein's death? Are you? No. So what are you talking about? So let me show you all this history with examples. How it's like a new craziness that is acceptable to call someone a criminal after something happens and you don't know what happened. You don't have all the facts. Wait, and then you can pronounce. You know, oh, Navalny dead. Oh, Putin. Okay, Epstein dead. Biden. Or Clinton. Or Obama. And. You know what I mean? This is not right. This is not right. And be careful. If you agree with this happening to others, it will happen to you in the future. Sometime, one day, you will be on the other side at the receiving end, and then you're going to wake up and say, excuse me, due process. No, we already decided based on the evidence we have, right? Yeah. All right, let me show you. First, we go to this. I took an article that is like general. I didn't want to take 1,000 articles with what Biden said, Kamala Harris, imbecile said, and other idiots that destroy our culture, our civilization. So I took The Guardian that made a little bit of a summary. Western leaders point finger at Putin without evidence after Alexei Navalny's death in jail. That's horrible. Okay, he died 47. Bad. Do you know why? No. Do you suspect? Yes. Is that a fact? No. Due process? No. All right, so they want money. I'm not going to give them money. So anyway, Western leaders have held Vladimir Putin directly responsible for the death of the Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny with no evidence. They held him accountable, responsible, directly for Putin is fault. Why? How? He's a convict in prison. What do you want? Joe Biden called it yet more proof of Putin's brutality. What's the proof? What's the proof, people? Navalny dialed in jail, tururup, special regime. Make no mistake, I'm quoting, Putin is responsible for Navalny's death, said an imbecile who barely can fucking walk, Biden said in remarks from the White House on Friday. And that's only him. And I saw all kinds of people saying that in the Munich conference. As I said, I saw Kamala Harris. I don't know if you're going to have her here again. Biden, okay, is fantastic. All necessary. This is what happened. Russia has claimed Navalny died of natural causes. I don't know yet. In a statement, the Federal Penitentiary Service for the region where Navalny was incarcerated said he fell unwell after a walk and almost immediately lost consciousness. They didn't say that. They tried, but he didn't make it. And they said they will investigate. You know, they investigate. We know how it is. Now, Blinken, his death in a Russian prison and the fixation and fear of one man only underscores the weakness and rot at the heart of the system that Putin has built. How about Gonzalo Lira, motherfucker, Foreign Minister Antony Blinkenstein? Where is Lira? He's a US citizen. Navalny is a Russian citizen. Since when you're so concerned about that? Hey. And again, right here, Russia is responsible for this. The whole Russia, all the Russian people, Russia, everybody. And this is how a diplomat talks, thinks, and talks. Okay, what can I tell you, my friends? So I have a lot of things. I don't know if they say. I'm not going to go further than this. The point is, I'm going to go to the next article. Remember this one, the Kenosha shooting? I'm going to take the other examples where the mass media immediately point the finger at all kind of people. Hey, that's this guy's. Yeah, he killed them. What's his name? Kyle Rittenhouse. Remember that teenager? They went over there to defend property from the animals. Remember? Excuse me. Mostly peaceful protesters. No, man, you don't behave like that. Anyway, so he was attacked, and they were giving you just little. Yeah, he killed 4 people. Oh, ban weapons. Didn't the media say that? It said. And it was true? Again, they didn't wait for the information. Here it is. This one. Remember? Fact checking. I don't have to fact check. This is Rittenhouse right here. The criminal. Right there. And these are the peaceful, cover their faces, the peaceful fucking protesters right there who burned that parking lot of the car dealership. That's what happened. Yeah, peaceful. And another one over there with the ski masks. Why do you have a ski mask, you bitches? Right there. What do you have? And these are, look at them. What do you think they're looking over here? I don't think we can do it right now. You have boobs? Jesus Christ. Anyway, a year after the week of violence and upheaval, we are looking back at some of our past fact checks about the shooting of Jacob Blake and the killing of 2 men by this bad person. One of them was a convicted criminal with sex offenses with minors, just to tell you that. It doesn't mean that he deserved, but he attacked this guy. Remember that one? Next one. Killing of Trayvon Martin. Remember that one? By George Zimmerman, the half Zimmerman, Zelensky Stein, and half, he was called white because he was half Latino and half he was Zelensky Stein. Again, fatally shot Trayvon Martin, 17. Remember how that was portrayed to us? He was just minding his business, Trevor over there. He was a choir boy. and this guy just followed him and killed him. That was how he was portrayed in the first time. What happened? Who was pummeling the other one? What happened? In whose neighborhood Trayvon Martin was? What was he doing over there? Free to walk? Correct. But he has a history of how was it portrayed? Look back into that. Next article. Lincoln Memorial confrontation. Remember that garbage right here with the elder, right there, the elder. Yes, the with Nicholas Sandman, a Native American. No, with the Indian American Nathan Phillips. Oh, the elder. Remember, until we had the video, the guy was just this motherfucker walked towards him. This guy was just smiling because he knew what this bitch was doing. Move on. I don't know if this is gonna fly. George Floyd, remember this one? How many things we were allowed to see. When this occurred, we were shown, that's it. And then little by little, they showed more. And the story picked up a little bit of a nuance. Drugs in the system, criminal, and many others. Not a good person, I might say, with his criminal history. Remember when he had the gun at that pregnant woman in his robbery? Remember that one? Are you aware of that? Okay, again, this guy is a choir boy. As an African American, I would feel very much insulted to have this kind of, not idols, but people to represent me. I would go with Martin Luther King. Maybe I would go with Malcolm X. Maybe I would go with Louis Farrakhan. Maybe I would go with many others. Next one. Oh, remember this one? Don't shoot garbage. Don't shoot. Hey, don't shoot. Remember that one? Yeah. On August 9th, 2014. I knew this because I lived here and I know how that was. Officer Darren Wilson shoots and kills Michael Brown, an unarmed black teenager in Ferguson, Missouri. All right? And what happened? It just happened that the police officer wanted to kill him. That's how we were told. Why? Because of the... All right? And then at the end, it says here, November 2014, a grand jury declined to indict. They didn't say, no, they didn't find him guilty. No, declined to indict. That tells you these guys with their, privilege. Officer Wilson and later the Justice Department concluded that Wilson acted out of self-defense and was justified in killing Brown. However, the same Justice Department investigation found that the Ferguson Police Department routinely violated its... Okay, there are cases. Go and get those cases and punish the perpetrators. People that are guilty. All right? They give me this at the end right here. Found that routinely violated the civil rights. Okay, maybe some. Find them. Fire them, do whatever the law says about it. I'm all for that. But in this case, again, that's how they ended. So my friends, what is this? People ask why the media has a 13 or something % trust. I'm talking about the mainstream, the corporate paid media. People don't trust them. Why? And then Black Lives Matter movement and all that. By the way, all lives matter. All lives matter. Because if one life matters more than the other one, then we have a big problem, okay? And besides, if they matter so much, why don't you go to Chicago and take care of those guys over there, shooting one another daily? Or it's political. They want us to jump off each other's throats. That's what they want. And in the same time, they go over there and they loot us and our children's future. That's what they do. So all these things that I showed you over there were just made to inflame us among us, like as I said many times, like the maggots on a carcass. They throw us a carcass right there and we jump on it and we fight with one another for idiotic things when actually they control all this garbage. The media comes and inflames, lies about this kind of things. And you fight like right now with Navalny. As he died, all right, I personally don't care about that guy, plus or minus. I don't care. Right? He's young, 47, but I don't know anything about that. I don't know on whose payroll he was. I can only, speculate by seeing his trajectory in life, who's behind and this reaction of these guys I've been around the block a few times, so I know when these guys are so keen to be upset that a Russian citizen dies in prison and he's the opposition. That tells me that that guy might have been this guy's boy. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. On the other hand, did he deserve to, if killed? No, 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 I don't think so whatsoever. But don't tell me you already know that it's Putin's fault. I mean, like this, Putin can come and point the fingers and at each and every one of the world leaders, this mother, and tell them you did this, lying, or just whatever he feels like. And okay, that they could do that, but the media covers, media forms narratives, and media inflames the whole garbage so we can fight one another, you and I and all these guys. Until we realize it's, unfortunately, I know I don't like Marxism. I'm against Marxism. Karl Marx was the son of a rabbi. He was Jewish. Just a coincidence. But just to tell you, I don't like Marxism. I don't like communism. But that's exactly their first ideology, is the class warfare. We, the oppressed, versus the other one. We are the working class and they are the bourgeoisie, the guys in charge of the means of production. And see, we should own some, but we don't. We like tools. Yes, that's exactly how we are. But then that didn't work out in the First World War, when they thought, oh, now the Russians got the Russian peasants got the revolution. Now everybody's gonna pick up arms and they're gonna fight the oppressor bourgeois. And it didn't happen. Why? They were more interested in national spirit. So they say, So national is stronger than the class warfare. So what should we do? And they switch it into oppressor and oppressed, victim and oppressor. That could be everywhere. Your teacher is your oppressor. Your mom is your oppressor. Your father is your oppressor. Your wife is your oppressor. Your child could be your oppressor. You see? And they can use that in general. Now that's intelligent. That's even more intelligent than Marx stupidity. So there you have it, my friends. Right here, they make us, I don't want to think that way, that's them against us. But it's obvious that there's that clique of whatever they are over there, we know them. And we know how the system works. And the problem is we cannot, fight or get together and create a better society. Let's put it this way. So, again, we're going to have this kind of garbage. Why don't you shut up until you know who did it? And you're not going to find out because the Russians are going to conduct their investigation and they're going to tell you he just died, he has something. And that's it. That's the end of the story. Now, you can suspect, but you don't know. You can't be charged with anything, with a crime, just be on suspicion. Okay? So if that's true for us here, that's true for any other human being. There's no such thing as an illegal human being. Remember how these imbeciles are saying? So how about that one? Jesus Christ. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.